Good morning, friends. I am Dr. Sudeep Kaur, Principal, College of Education, Gujarat, is going to share with you presentation. It is about autism and its characteristics. I will go for a second presentation too. It will be about autism diagnosis and intervention. But the first presentation is about autism and its characteristics. Firstly, we will discuss about the autism. What is the autism? Autism is a neurological disorder. It is also called the lifelong impairment or lifelong disorder because it goes with the age. As the child grows, it goes with that. It is not any type of disease that can be cured by giving certain medicines or anything else. So it is a lifelong developmental disorder. In this type of in the autism, the impairment is in three type of skills. Those are communication, socialization, and stereotypical behavior. Firstly, we will discuss about communication. Communication is a process in which when the person wants to convey his message, he conveys his message verbally, non-verbally, or in a written form, and the receiver receives that message. But in the child or the person with autism has a impairment to receive or and to communicate the message. Research has found that 40% of the people with autism have non-verbal, and some are having the need-based speech, and some very few are having a speech more than that, the receptive at the receptive level. They are called Asperger's or high functioning. And the second impairment is about socialization. Socialization are the rules, certain rules. Those are written or unwritten rules by those we follow. How to live in the society, how to move in the society, and that those makes us civilized people. But the child with autism doesn't know those social written and unwritten rules of the society, especially the unwritten rules of the society. They are unable to follow, so they are impaired in the socialization. And the third major thing is stereotypical behavior. The child with autism have the certain behavior which he follows again and again, like hand flapping, like rocking, like head banging, hair pulling, the moving here and there. So these are certain type of behavior. He does those things again and again. Now we will discuss about certain signs and characteristics which are alarming and red flags. At the initial years, it can be identified. A parent or teacher can identify those certain symptoms, and it can be given to indication that these are the red flags, and the parents can follow and goes to the special clinical psychologist or psychiatric for the further treatment or for the diagnosis of the autism. What are those red flags? Does like does not respond when called. Sometimes appear to be deaf. The child appear like he doesn't know, doesn't have a hearing power, so he doesn't respond when he has been called. He doesn't point with index finger like. We point to the far away places with the index finger, like I want that with the index finger. They doesn't uh, point with the index finger. Inappropriate laughing and giggling. The child with autism have inappropriate laughing and giggling, or even crying for hours and hours without any apparent reason. And echo words and phrases. The child with autism can have echo words and phrases. He can rhyme the rhymes again and again, all the time, all the day, and certain words he can echo all the day. And he has echolalia too. Echolalia is a thing in which the child repeats the words. Child repeats the sentences. Like if the mother asks the child, "Do you want water?" The child should say yes or no. But the child cannot say, is not saying yes or no. He can say, "Do you want water?" Just without thinking and without understanding what is the question. He can repeat the thing, but the person has asked him, "Do you want water?" Next. enjoy spinning and rotating the objects. The child can enjoy spinning and rotating the objects of moving, like Beyblades, like Lotus, like moving wheels of the vehicles, fans, etc. So he can enjoy for hours and hours of these type of things. Can do something very well, but not task involving social understanding. The child with autism can do a very good things like beyond the imagination. He can enjoy. He can solve the puzzle which is beyond imagination. He can solve the mathematical questions which are beyond the imagination. He can solve the he can do the artwork which is beyond the imagination, but in the part of the social understanding he becomes impaired. So on the cognitive part he is doing very good, but the when it comes to the social understanding it comes zero. Difficulty in playing with other kids. So you can see in the picture that the child with the blue shirt and purple trouser is sitting. He doesn't have any interest with the other kids. Other they are playing, interacting, and doing other things, but he is not. He is not showing any interest what they are doing. So he has a difficulty in playing with the children like the same type of play. You can see in the picture the child have three colors of cars, red, yellow, and green. But child doesn't. Child has does sorted out. He will do every day same type of activity. He will always sort it out and will not do anything else with those type of cars. Like the other child, neurotypical child can do a lots of things with those type of plays, but the child with autism have a same type of play, not respond to normal classroom teaching. The child with autism does not respond to the normal classroom teaching, because in the normal classroom teaching you need a joint attention, and in the joint attention suppose the teacher is teaching in the classroom, he is writing on the blackboard, he is demonstrating something for the 30 students are sitting in the classroom. All will pay a joint attention, then they come to know what the teacher is saying. But the child with autism doesn't have a joint attention, he cannot pay joint attention, so that's why he cannot respond to the normal classroom teaching. Like sameness in the routine work and does not like changes. The child with autism, you can see in the picture, he has a daily routine: wake up, hair, and shower, then he goes for a gym, then have a breakfast, then goes out from the house. But if there is a disturbance in this type of routine, then he can show the tantrums in the behavior. So he likes the sameness in the routine work. Very restless or very much passive. He can be very restless, very hyper, and some very few can be very very much passive. Inappropriate attachment to the sub objects. You can see in the picture the child is having a green leaf in his hand, and he has a very good, very attached to the object. The child with autism can have a attachment this type of, like a thread, like a leaf, like a drop of fabric. So you can see what these things are, but he can show the attachment to inappropriate type of business. He can show the attachment. Apparent intensity to pain. Wait करेंगे, wait करेंगे. Apparent intensity to pain. Child can have a apparent intensity to pain, like the child can have a difficulty in something. He has a pain at his tooth, or he can have a pain at anywhere, but he cannot show the apparent intensity to that pain. No sense of danger. The child with the autism shows no sense of danger, like in the picture you can see there is a car and the child is sitting there. He doesn't show any sense of danger, so this type of behavior can be in the child with the autism. Avoid eye contact. The child with autism can avoid eye contact when he has to called. He can answer to, he cannot answer to, but he can avoid eye contact. Respond differently to touch. When he has been he has been touched, he has been touched, but it was a just touch. But the child with autism can push you, he can push your, he can pull your hairs, he can do certain things which are beyond your imagination. So this can be there. Standoffish manner. Here you can see in the picture the child, the adult with autism is standing in a very inappropriate way. So he can stand or sit in an offish manner. He can enjoy spinning and rotating objects or self. Even he can. We have learned about that he can enjoy spinning and rotating, but he enjoys to spin himself too. So these are the certain red flags. From these we can say that these are the red flag which a parent or a teacher can identify at a very less very early years of his age, and this goes to the early intervention, and it can be suggested to the parents that they can go for the clinical psychologist or for child psychiatric. Then it can be identified, it can be diagnosed, and as early the diagnosis will be there, as early the intervention will start. So that's all about the autism and autism characteristics. Thank you very much.